Hi Flosstube, this is Leslie Shupe, the Golden Pineapple Stitcher, coming to you from Ogden, Utah, USA. It is New Year's Eve. We have about 2 hours left in 2025, and I can't say that I'm gonna miss it. It's been a long, hard one, so I am glad to see it go. Bye-bye, see you later, sayonara. Anywho, it's been a while. I've been busy, life's been lifing, all kinds of stuff. I have a lot here. I have a little giveaway, I have some haul, I have about 18, 19 projects. I have a custom order I'm so excited to show you that I just ordered today. So let's get started. I'll kind of tell you about life as I am working through some of the projects here. So I hope you're all well. I would love if you would like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. It's always nice to be able to kind of reach out to as many people as possible. So I'd appreciate that. The first one, I don't have a finish, so I do have an older cross stitch here that I did in, looks like 1997. And I believe this is from one of the magazines. I don't know which one, but it's old and it's framed. So that is this little cute topiary that I did, oh my gosh, one of the first years, remember, probably, yeah, almost 30 years ago. So super cute, sorry about the glare. Cute little topiary. I love how you can see the dimension in it. I love the bulbs. I'm sure it's 14 count. It does have some little gold beads inside, and then professionally framed. So there is that for exchange of not having anything new accomplished. I did make another little project case. Everybody calls them something different and everybody has a different way of making them, but this is the one I made. This is a red necklace and ring case that I just got off Amazon. I had some cute ribbon, but it wasn't thick enough, and so what I did is I put a strip of ribbon up top and a strip on the bottom, and then a black piece to cover up the middle there where I didn't have enough, because I love this cloth, or this ribbon here with the little Santas. This is actually just an ornament that I put on here, a little charm, some little buttons, but obviously my Christmas little stitchy case. So inside I still have a couple of things to add to it. Another little charm, some counting pins, of course you got to have your needle minder, and then I've got a little oh, I'm having a brain cramp, the red bird that everybody associates with winter, starts with a C. My brain has shut off already. Anyway, I've got that I'm making to go in here. So I've got a little cardinal. I was gonna say cardigan. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's been a year. Okay, so there's that. Here's all my needles. I've got my little scissors. There's cardinal. Cardinal is a cardinal. It's not a cardigan. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Little measuring tape. I just got 3 of these that are new. I really like them. I got them off of Amazon. There's a bright red one, a bright yellow, and a bright blue. I think it was like $10 for all of them. So it was really inexpensive, but I thought that would go with this really well. I have a little case where I put my needles when I don't know what size they are. And of course a frogger. Gotta have a frogger in there. So there is my little stitchy case and another little decoration there. So I did take out a section here. I just yanked out and put some material down. See if you can see it here. I put some material down there to cover it up because I wanted a bigger space for my scissors. So there's the little stitch case. Kind of fun. I think this is my 4th one. So just kind of fun to change it up with the holidays or the seasons. So anywho, there is that. I think these run around $10 to $12. I do kind of like this zipper one versus the snaps, but this one turned out really cute. This ribbon I got at Hobby Lobby or Joann's, probably, it was Hobby Lobby probably a few years ago, but love those little Santa Clauses. All right, next I did a little dyeing. I'm very proud of myself. I had a lot of 14 count and 16 count white Aida. So I bought some Rit dye and just kind of played around with some of the colors. So I don't know, you get what you get. I wanted a dark brown. So here's that. Oh, and I've got, hold on. Okay, dark brown. And I didn't want a ton of modeling because I didn't want it to distract, but it does have some, it's got some modeling in it, kind of fun. I did a kind of a peachy orangey color right here. Hopefully that's looking a little bit light. It's more orangey, peachy. There we go. And I did another brown. This one does have a little bit more modeling in it. I didn't submerge the whole piece, so there is some bits of white in it. It's a little more purple than what you're seeing. I think that looks a little more brown or gray, but it does have more of a purple tone to it. But I do think I used like a taupe brown Rit dye. And then my other one is a green, and it's a lighter green. Let's see how it shows up here. And there is that, and that's showing up lighter than it actually is. So that was kind of fun. Played around. There are so many different ways that you can dye your Aida or your linen. Some people use boiling hot water. Some people use just hot water. Some people bake it for a little while to dry it out for a half an hour at like 250 degrees. So I think it just depends on what look you're going for as to what kind of way you want to kind of play around with your dye. I am going to grab my first project. Okay, so some of you who have watched my other floss tubes, this is number 6, and I believe on most of them I have shown a picture of my grandson. This is Beckham. This is a picture of him when he was 5 months old, and I love this picture. It's from a company called Wadabiz, and she does cross stitch, she does stamp cross stitch, and she also does diamond painting canvases. So I had her do a custom for me of my grandson. This is Beckham. And when he was 5 months old, I love this picture. I love the blue in his eyes. I love those little cheeks. We call him Monkey because he's a monkey. He's crazy. He's now 2.5. But he's my first grandson, first grandchild at that. So we love and adore him. And then the blanket behind him is his mom's Minky Couture, and it is a leopard print. She loves leopard print, and that just kind of looks like, you know, he's laying on mom's belly or mom's enveloping him, and so that's kind of why I had picked that picture. Again, this is from Wadabiz, and this one is 40 by 50 centimeters. It's 14 count. This one is 150 colors. So you can get, the max is 150 colors. You can choose on most of them whether you want the max or if you just want to do, I believe there's, I want to say 50 or 75. And some of them, you can also do blends. You get to mark what you want on those. Anyway, moving on. This is Beckham. This is a stamped cross stitch. And so if you haven't done a stamped cross stitch before, it has the symbols printed on the Ada, and then you don't have to go off of a pattern, but she does send you a pattern just in case. Once this gets wet and it's washed, then those markings and pattern goes away, and all you have that's left is your cross stitch. So this is what I have done, and this is 220 by 275, and here's Beckham. I love the detail in this. So I've started up in this corner here to fill in the blanket that he's laying on. I've got a little more filled in on his face, working over to the side there, and then of course his pajamas here, and then more of the blanket here. So it's a little hard to tell with, here's the color palette on the side with the numbers, but if I flip it over, and don't judge me, I don't care how my backs look, so nobody's gonna stand beside you, but this gives you a better estimate of what I have done, what I have worked on. So we'll pull it farther away so you don't see how bad my backs are. Anyway, that shows you out of the whole thing what I do have completed on that. But I actually really love stamped cross stitch. I love it. When I'm traveling in the car, I don't have to count. I don't have to think. If I have a migraine, it just is easy. And so I really like it. This company, again, is Wattlebiz, and Sandy Sylvester is the owner, and I have never had better customer service than with her. So you get all the things. You can get the pattern. There's a paper pattern. You get a second canvas here that has all your colors, so you don't have to unroll your piece. And then of course you get a hoop and all your threads. So there's that. I highly suggest, she has so many different patterns and she is so good to work with. So I would, if you've never done a stamped cross stitch, I would highly recommend it. If you're going on a road trip and you want something where you don't have to think, or if you get a lot of migraines or you're just not in the mood to count, these are amazing. So I have another one that is Wattlebiz that's brand new. I hardly have any stitches in it, but I wanted to show you. This, it doesn't have a name, but I will show you the little I've done. You won't have a clue what it is, but there's the little bit that I've done so far. But if I pull it back, nope, you still can't tell what it is. And here's my colors. Here's my color palette. It's pretty dark, but there is some really beautiful blues and purples in there. And this is what it is. And there was 3 different choices that I saw, and this one I loved. So there it is. So picture of Jesus. I love this picture. You've got the tiger. It's almost like the tiger is like guarding his back, and then he's looking out ahead, and I love like the waves in his hair and the highlights. I love this little baby lamb. It almost looks like he's smiling. How cute is that? I love the that there's light around his face here, and then you've got some random birds up here, so it's not all completely dark. This one, it looks like, is 16 count that I chose. 50 by 50, and this one is 50 colors. So that's one that's, of course, less colors. So that one's gorgeous. I love it. And what you just saw, I had started I wanted to start right around his profile of his face right here. So that's where I'm starting. So there's that one. And again, that's what it is. Let me grab a couple more. Okay, I have 3 more that are some of the Christmas that I just have started. A little bit about life. I am a grandma. I have 1 grandson that is 2. That's Beckham. He and his mom live here with us. I have 4 children. They're adults, 3 adult daughters in their 30s. And then my son Chandler, who's on a couple of my videos, has cerebral palsy. He's 25. His mentality, I guess you would say, is probably that of a 5 or 6 year old. We help him quite a bit with like feeding and bathroom needs, bathing and that kind of thing. He goes to a RISE class, and he goes there a couple times a week, and he's graduated high school, and then he had 4 years at a program. All right, so we had a little bit of an interruption. This is Fred, George, Michael. What's your name? What's your name? What is it? Can you say hi? Say hello. Say Happy New Year. Oh, now you don't want to be here. Say hi. Happy New Year. Say bye-bye. Okay, that's Beckham. 2.5. And super fun. So anyway, what I was saying is Chandler graduated from high school and then went to a day program for 4 years, and then he graduated from that. I then worked for a credit union for 4 years from home so that I could be home with him and of course to help with Beckham. And life happened, and I've struggled with depression and anxiety for years, probably since I was a teenager. And so I lost my job a couple weeks ago. Thank you, AI. It is much quicker at my job than I am now. So I am in need of a new job. So everybody cross your fingers for me. Put it out in the world, out in the universe. Pray that something good happens. Yeah, if anybody has any fantastic stay-at-home mom jobs, let me know down in the comments. That would be great. I would love just something where I can be using my hands to work. I wish I had a she shed and there was some big company that could send their products here and I could just package things up and send them off to the post office and just do as needed. So if you know anybody out there who's starting a company that needs somebody to just do all the work because they're fantastic and they're busy all the time, send this video their way. Any thoughts, any ideas would be helpful. So we'll see where that goes. Definitely need to get a job in the next month here, hopefully, because I don't have health insurance. But that was rough, along with the holidays. So anyway, let's look at our product. And Beckham's coming back, so I apologize. It's either my cat or Beckham. So, okay, this is one that I got called Love Puppet, Driving Home for Christmas. And I thought this was very cute. Santa in his car. I think I am going to change the car to red, kind of so it has the feeling of a sleigh. I did dye a piece of fabric for this, 16 count Aida. I have only done a tiny bit to see how it looked, and I've just done this like start of this tiny building here. But I'll show you what that looks like. here's my colors. Here's my thread and my Ada and the tiny bit of that house. So I think a red car, like the red sleigh, would look cute on here, but this is a piece that I dyed. I believe that's a royal blue. So we'll see how that works up on this. And there it is again. Driving home for Christmas. So I think that's really cute. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so we got the little munchkin out. Yeah, life happened. I need a job. Say your prayers. Golden Pineapple's teacher needs a job. At-home job. That's the hard thing. And I don't have a degree. And I don't know if I can do a bunch of phone calls during the day because of the kids and their needs. So luckily with my last job, I just had to check loans against each other, quality control, quality assurance on loans for credit unions. So that was easy to do and I didn't have to take phone calls. So like I said, if you know anybody, have any fantastic ideas to put this girl to work, I would appreciate any help I can get. All right, moving on. Crochet a go-go. All right, I got this pattern. I thought this was super cute. It says 25 on it. I've just started it and just have a little bit of the side done here. I guess just gonna put 26 if I get it done next year. But this is a fun pattern. I've seen a lot of people do this pattern. And I just got the PDF. I'm just doing this from Stash. It looks like probably 14 count. And I'm just starting on this. And here's my colors. So there's the beginning. So getting some color in there. Fun to do, easy to do. I'm really liking this pattern. So just some pretty Christmas colors. So there is Crochet a Go-Go. And again, that is, I'm not even gonna try it on the bottom here. So there's that. Okay, who have I been watching? I have found somebody new. Rachel from Five Oaks Farm Stitching. She's new and she's been fun to watch. I have a lot in common with her. I think somebody asked about what she stitches or when she's stitching, and she says, I have been stitching a little bit on a lot of projects. So that is me right here. It's my life. A little bit on a lot of projects. I get so excited that I want to do everything now. Like I see a bee on a truck and I want to do my primrose cottage cross stitches, or I see something that has to do with Christmas and I want to then do a Christmas one or an Easter one, or whatever I see. It makes me think of a project that I have that I either want to start or that I have, and I honestly think I have some ADHD with cross stitching. So this next one is a Durant Jones Christmas Sal 25 that you can get on her Facebook page. And I think because it's free, I can show you a little bit of it. I am changing it up a little bit. So this is what I have. Here's the colors. Well, some of them, there's about 6 more. And she has this that I printed off. There's, I believe, 7 different, plus the border, 7 different parts. So I am going to do the border, but I'm going to do it smaller. And then I'm just going to do this part here, which looks like this. and it looks really cute when it's stitched up. The colors are adorable. So I'm gonna just do kind of a long, skinny middle section there, and instead of doing the whole thing, and I might tweak it a little bit here and there, but that is Doreen Jones, and that's Christmas Sal 25, and that's free on her Facebook, on her Facebook page. All right, next, let's see, we have my peppermint candy cane. I love pineapples. I love candy canes. Peppermint is my most favorite fragrance. Peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen. They help me breathe. I just love the smell of peppermint and all the mints, all the gums. This is one that I printed off. It's called Candy Cane, and I'm trying to see. I'm sure it was off Etsy. It's got different fonts. Oh, no, it does not. I did the fonts because I'm going to change it. And it doesn't say who I got it from. And this is a 16 count Ocean Kiss Ada fabric, 12 by 18. And it is 100 by 170. And it looks like it's got about 30 colors. And this is really cute. It's like almost a three-dimensional candy cane. I'm gonna do kind of sweet, mostly twisted. So I've been trying to find a font that I want. I found one to use for the 2 words, and then I wanted to do a different font for the other 2 words. So there's that. I love how real it looks. I love the greenery at the bottom here. I love the little bow. And this doesn't have much on it either. Okay, I have no idea where I was at, so we're gonna try that again. Candy cane. All right, so candy cane cross stitch. Ta-da! And like I said, I don't have a lot, but here's what I do have. And I love all the dimensions that are coming through on it. I think that's gonna be really cool, but I'm gonna use kinda in this font, and then sweet in a different font, and then mostly in this same font, and then twisted in a different font. And this is just a light gray that I've got it on. So there's that. And let's see. Okay, let me grab some more. Okay, I hope your New Year's Eve is much calmer than this. This one is, I'm just doing a portion of it, Christmas Parade. There's Christmas Parade. And by Cottage Garden Samplings. I am only doing the smaller portion of it. These are just my copies of my working copies. I'm not going to do the Santa, so I'm just going to do the little animals. I have some cute Ada that is, I think, Fabric Flare, 14 count, and it's blue with looks like snowflakes on it. I'm sorry, I had to update my phone, so my lighting looks a bit wacky. I'll get that figured out. So here's what I have so far. And I did try to line the fox there just to see if those would look better outlined, because that white is just melting right into the blue there. So I might outline the white parts here and of the bunny. But then I'm gonna add like some more another fox and another deer, and so they're all in a line, and then I'll add some snow at the bottom there. So you have to let me know in the comments if you like. See how that fox is just backstitched, just lined a bit, if it looks better or if it looks worse. I don't know if I'm loving it or not. So there's that, and the colors for that. This is how long it is. So I'm gonna try to get maybe 6 or 7 different animals on there. The next one is a Tiny Modernist, and I love Tiny Modernist. I met Cheryl at a retreat back in October in Salt Lake City, Utah. Sweetest lady ever. She was there with her daughter, and it was with Snug Harbor Crafts. So let me know if any of you are going to the one in April in Ogden, Utah, and also let me know if there's anybody that's going to the one in St. George, Utah. That's the one that's going to be put on by Primrose Cottage and Snug Harbor Craft. That one will be a lot of fun too. So this is Tiny Modernist, and this is just my working copy here. This is Eat, Stitch, and Be Merry. So here is a picture of that. I think those colors are really fun. I like those. And another new start, imagine that. And this is all I have for that. So Stitch and Be Merry. So yeah, and then I see something else and then I must start it. I think I'm addicted to kitting and organizing, and I love the threads and the fabrics, all that stuff. So I have issues. I have lots of issues. This is a bookmark that I just found off of Etsy. I don't have a name with it, but this is what it looks like. I did change my colors up, and I did that. I do need to fill in the white, and then I need to make it into a bookmark. But I really liked just doing some different blues and browns, looked more wintry. So that was kind of fun, easy little pattern. I did do a few different ideas of colors that I could do. Let me put a pin in it. 1, 2, 3, it looks like, different kind of colorways that I could do, that I've got the numbers by if you want to take a screenshot of any of these. But there's those. And mine obviously is that top one here. I did these 5. But here's another one, and then some other colors down here. But anyway, that's kind of just fun and easy. Something small that you can keep in your purse and just do on the go. All right, so now I have some January projects that I am going to grab, and then I'll tell you more about life. Okay, so this is by Autumn Lane. It's called Winter Chill, and it just says January. I'm doing it on a count, let's see, a 16 count Ariel, I believe it's called. Put this to the side here, and my colors. All right, again, Autumn Lane. We've got some cute monthly stitches. And I still have these here as well. So I thought this was really cute with this little bird. Just a cute little small winter. He's got his little scarf. Cute little branch with the snow on it. Just to put like back here for January. So there's that little guy. this next one, again, that's Autumn Lane, Winter Chill. And that's just a small one. The next one is a Pine Mountain. And this is Pine Mountain Pillows. I believe it was 2011 that I think they had one for every month. Pine Mountain Designs. And they are, I'm gonna have a brain cramp again. They're located in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I, for the life of me, can't remember what the name of the store is. But, teeny little guy. Just a fun little pillow. Again, another little purse size. So there's the material, it's tiny. And then here's the little pattern picture. And then, sorry. Okay, so there's that. And it goes inside, it's inserted into this little pillow, this little form here. You just tuck the sides in here into this pillow. And those are about $17 or $18 for the whole kit. It comes with the Aida, the thread, the chart, the pillow. Again, just something little to put back here again. The next one is a Pine Mountain Design. They have, this is by Sandra Workman, and this, I have one for each month, but of course, ask me how many of them I completed. This is obviously January, and I have, again, something is wrong with me, you guys, a teeny tiny start. So here's January, and that's how much I've started. So, see if I can get a better look there. Look how cute that fabric looks like. It's got some kind of a printed dot, polka dot on it. Those are fun, cute colors. Of course, all I've done is just one because then squirrels happen. Squirrels. Okay, so a little bit about life. So I went to the doctor a couple weeks ago. I had to get prescription refills, and this is probably a lot more than you want to know or need to know. There's one prescription I've been on, I think like I was telling you earlier, that I had been on multiple different prescriptions for anxiety and depression since I was a teenager. There's one that I was taking when I was in my 30s, I believe, and I didn't like it at all. And I felt like a zombie, and I did not like how I felt. And so this doctor had been trying to get me to add this to a prescription I am already currently on, because he thought I could use something additional. I don't know why, but he kept saying the name of the prescription. I says, no, that's not, that's one I think I had issues with years ago. I don't want to be on that one. And he brought it up 2 or 3 times. And I says, no, I don't want to do that one. If you want me to add something, that's fine, but not that one. So he sent my prescriptions in to Walmart and got them later that day, started taking the prescriptions, and I had been on this new prescription for a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks or more. The one that's in addition to my current antidepressant. And I don't care if anybody knows I'm on medication. I will shout it to the mountains. If you need it, you need it. And I started feeling like I was losing my mind. So I don't know what you were doing on Christmas Eve, but I started a fight with my family. I was losing my mind. We argued, and they were all getting ready to go to a family party because it was Christmas Eve, and baking the rolls and getting all dressed up, and I was in the middle of a meltdown. And so I said I was going to leave. So I packed up a bag of clothes, sweats basically, my pills, some random food items, some drinks, water bottles, and a bunch of blankets and 2 or 3 pillows. And I took my 20-year-old Jeep and I drove for a while crying, and then I found an empty parking lot and I crawled in the back with my blankets and my pillow and cried and cried and cried, and just put my phone on silent and tried to sleep through the night. And it was very cold, not the smartest thing to do in Utah in December. I don't recommend it. It was a rough night. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. My family members don't have depression and anxiety like I do, so it's hard for them to understand. And I think the addition of losing my job and the holidays and throw in seasonal depression with that, yeah, it was well-earned meltdown. So I just pretty much slept in my car until Christmas night, so about 24 hours. I was just off and on, tossing and turning, crying and sleeping. And it wasn't until the next day that something clicked in my head and I thought, what is this new prescription I'm on? I mean, I noticed it was a different name that I didn't recognize. So I trusted my doctor and had started it. Like I said, been on for 2 or 3 weeks. And I found it in my bag and looked it up on Google. And of course, it was the prescription that he was trying to get me to take. That was the one I had told him I didn't want to take. But it was a generic, so I didn't recognize it without looking it up. But I had been on this for a while and did not like how I felt. And it was a good thing, it was a bad thing. I hated how I felt, but I knew, oh, well, okay, I have the answer, and maybe I should stop taking this. So I think I need a new doctor. But yeah, life. It's fantastic. So we're another hour and a half till 2026. I can't wait. Anyway, I don't recommend it, but I am very pro mental health. Cross stitch your way to sanity. It's for those who have never dealt with depression and anxiety. It's hard, and it's hard to explain to somebody who hasn't had it. My husband's very happy-go-lucky and easy, and that's one of the many reasons I married him 34 years ago, because he wasn't like me. So those of you that struggle with it, you are not alone. It is real, it is hard, and try to cross-stitch your way through it because it can be rough. So anyway, sorry for that long story. Let me grab some more projects and we will move on. Okay, for those of you that are still here with me, you deserve an award. It's been a little crazy. I do have a little drawing. This July is the 250th semi-sesquicentennial, whatever, the 250th, you know what I mean, the 250 years for America. And I have, I believe it's pronounced Dion's, and this is apple, let's see, all-American apple pie hand cream, and it comes with a goat milk peppermint twist lip gloss right here. So if you put something with some sentence with 250 for the anniversary in July, then I'll draw somebody. I've got about 3 or 4 of these. I'll be doing one each month. Again, I love this brand of cream. It's not oily. I love to use this before I cross stitch, and of course peppermint, so you can't go wrong. So put 250 down in the comment in a sentence, and we'll get a winner for that. So there's that. Okay, moving on. This is called watercolor snowflake. And this is on white Ada. And of course it's got a teeny start. So imagine that. Anywho, this is, I think I just got this last year. I started watching Flosstube 2024, so I've been watching that for the last 2 years. I've been cross-stitching since I was a teenager, but so many of you have so many good ideas, and I got overly excited my first year and bought a lot of things off of Etsy that were full coverage, like 200 by 200 or 300 by 300 stitches. So this last year I've tried to limit myself and do kind of smaller projects. So here's this one, and here's my colors, and here's my teeny start. But this is off Etsy, watercolor snowflake. Sorry about the glare. Let it snow. I love how the colors are all kind of melted together in an ombre kind of design there. So there's that one. I do tend to get a lot off of Etsy because they're so inexpensive, and if you let it sit in your cart for a day or two, a lot of times you can get like a coupon of 10% off or something, where they'll send you something to make it even cheaper, which, I mean, of course. So then you have to get it. So then I found this other snowflake, and this has quite a few colors. And this one is called, again from Etsy, it's called Snowflake. So created with Maya. I believe this is Russian. M-O-L-I-D-O. So, and again, it's a teeny tiny start. So, but look how pretty this is. There we go. Hopefully you can get the information, the title on it. That actually has quite a few colors in it. I believe there's over 30. But I saw that and loved it and thought I would start that. Why not? I don't have anything else I can work on. It's fine. It's fine. So here's my little baby start to that one. And hello, I'm tired. So this is, I believe, one of those colors right up in here. But surprisingly enough, I'll look at the color scheme with this. Let me put this one down. And there's these and all these beautiful blues. So that's a lot of colors, but those are pretty. So that'll be a fun one to work on in between everything else I have. Again, that is Snowflake on Etsy, and they're usually like $1, $1.50, not much at all. Okay, the next one is called Winter Fox, and this one I just got the pattern from, so I haven't started it. I wanted to do a little one on black. So 14 count black, Winter Fox. Not much to this one, but I thought he was a cute little guy. I believe this is 16 count or 14 count. Another Etsy one, just on black, Winter Fox. But I thought that was super cute. Look, how, I do like foxes. Look how cute he is. So, hey, another new start. Yay! I know. Please tell me you guys have the same issues, please. Please. The next one, I got this a long time ago from Design Work Crafts, and it is snowmen, and they are ornaments. I didn't want to do them as ornaments. Not that I've got any done, but it's fine. It's fine. But they're super cute. Again, I love like browns and blues for Christmas time. So here is the paper, design work crafts, and this is supposed to be done on plastic canvas. I didn't want to do it that way, so I have some fabric flare like I did on the one with the little animals. This is another piece of it. It's my teeny tiny start. Hold on. Okay, this is how long it is, but I am going to put all of these snowmen side by side. So I'm going to have some sitting and some standing. But this is fabric flare. I got on 1, 2, 3 stitch, and this is, I have them lined up, and I've got a picture of how I want to lay them out. But you know, some will be sitting, some will be standing. I'm gonna have this guy over here like skating clear over to the side with some little lines for motion and stuff, like he's gonna skate off the picture. So that's an older one, and that's looks like number 1689 for those of you who like the numbers on them. But again, I do not really like working on plastic canvas. I don't like to do, what is the paper called? You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. I like Ada. I don't even do linen. So those are, I think the last time I went to projects. I think I just have a couple more. Okay, this is Merry Christmas, Cherry Hill Stitchery. I believe this was a PDF, and there's the picture. Cute little snowman, cute little cardinals, not cardigans, cardinals, for anybody who's confused. And here's my teeny tiny start, so yay me. And then I saw another pattern by Primrose Designs, so I thought he needed a friend. So I'm going to do that one as well on the same kind of material, so that he has a friend, so that I can put them up back here. But again, that one is Primrose Cottage Snowman, and that's 2023. So he's cute too, with more cardigans, I mean cardinals. So if you're looking for snowmen, a couple places you can get them: Primrose and Cherry Hill Stitchery. Okay, this next one, I believe I showed you on one of my other videos, where I got this lovely folder from the Retreat, Stitch West, and I love it. It's my first project folder, and in it is one I'm really excited to do. So this is called Sea to Shining Sea, and I love how it goes like from coast to coast on those pictures. Hopefully there's not, maybe there is, hold on, too much of a glare. Okay, Sea to Shining Sea. Look how fun is that? I love palm trees. I love tropical things. This is Little House Needleworks. And this, called 4 colors on this one, are the overdyed threads. Looks like mostly classic color works on that one. So there's those. Pretty. And yeah, my teeny little start, the middle building. I have issues. I don't know why I start things and then I get bored and then I see something else and I'm like, oh, I have to get that one because I don't want to forget that I want to do that. And so then I get it, and oh my goodness. Okay, this one I have no idea. I got this last year. It's huge, but I loved it. Some lady posted a picture of her son holding it up. It's the Nativity. So I ordered it, and it's a different quality. The Water Bizzes that I have, I've got maybe 6 or 7 of them. I've got a few more coming, and then my custom one that I'm going to tell you about today. There's a good reason I'm getting the one I am. This is, I believe, I want to say maybe VIP stitch. It's called The Birth of Baby Jesus, and here's the picture. I love the colors. I love the palm trees. I love the night sky. I love the star. I love the purples here, the baby lambs, and baby Jesus in the middle. I love everything about it. But when it comes to the size, I think it's like 450 by 470. And I'll show you how much I've done by showing you the back of it first. Here's the back. This is the portion I've done. This is the top of the palm tree, because this is a stamped cross stitch, and so it's easier to tell on the back. I have to stand up for this, sorry. All right. Oh, I lied. It's $3.95 by $4.80. So, ta-da! It's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. It's big, but it's gonna be so awesome. I'm not loving the quality. Sometimes what you pay for is what you get. The quality is not my favorite, but that's okay. On the back, you can see the cloth is thinner and the colors coming through. I don't think that like the printing on this brand is not as defined. It's not as nice. The symbols, some of them you just can't tell quite as well as some other brands that I've used. And then of course, I love my threads for my bazillion stitches. La. Okay. And you gotta have a matching bag, right? So here's my bag. Rejoice. So this is just a canvas bag that I have. Okay, so next, this one is a project that is full coverage. Don't know what I was thinking, but Jess at Como Stitches was having a sale. Well, no, it wasn't a sale. She had some items on her website, and I saw this, and then I thought of this cross stitch and thought, oh, I must get that bag for that cross stitch, and you'll see why. So this is by Counting the Stars, and Easter egg, I think I just call it Easter egg parade. I think I named it myself. But here is Easter egg parade. I do so many different kinds of cross stitches. I have like a Haid, I have stamped, I have counted, I have lots of different brands. I love the depth in this one, how you can see like under the eggs, look at that dark green, and then you've got the brilliant color of the eggs. This one is 200 by 200, and this is what I have done. Ta-da! Just an itty bitty, because I work on a little bit of a lot of projects, right? Well, look at the bag. I'll take my papers off so you'll understand why I had to get this bag. Ta-da! Thank you, Jess. Look how cute that is. Tell me that doesn't match my project perfectly. Look how cute. I love the vinyl front bags. I actually am going to make some 14 by 14 bags. I got a sewing machine for Christmas. It's been a long time since I've used a sewing machine, but I think I can handle it. I can do a straight line, I hope. And I got some cute material to make some 14 by 14 vinyl front project bags for myself, to put my Waterbiz projects in, just because they have a little more heft to them. The canvas is a little bit thicker and a lot of threads, and I just wanted something else to do, I guess. I have no idea. I wanted some bigger bags. So that is, again, Counting the Stars, the Straight Parade. So pretty. And of course, I must show you the threads, because you know why. Because they're just so pretty. These are all DMC. Look at those pretty colors. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty that is. I love DMC, actually. I think with the variegated threads, I think they look beautiful, but I don't necessarily like how you have to stitch them one at a time. That's not my favorite, so it's fine. Okay, this next one is called, I don't think I've shown you this one. This is called Bloom Big. It's a Carolyn Manning designs. I have 2 or 3 Carolyn Mannings. And again, it's Bloom Big, the Garden Tales collection. If you guys are still with me, I am impressed, and you guys have the patience of Job. Sorry, I've had a lot of interruptions tonight. Again, Bloom Big, Carolyn Manning, and they look like tiles. I love those colors. I love how pretty they are. Okay, here is my threads, my flosses for this project. Oh dear, I'm about ready to give up. And this is how much I've gotten done. You'll be so impressed. Not. Yeah, there's the center right here. And look how pretty these are. Some people are so good at putting colors together. I really love that. And I believe that's just a 16 count Ada on that one. Okay, next is haul. There is a lot of places you can find free cross stitch patterns. I've been quite impressed. I think I looked on 123 Stitch. They had a lot of free patterns. I've looked at Pinterest is one I just found. And I typed in cross stitch, and there's a lot of free cross stitches there. So here's just some quickly that I'll show you that I got, and then one that I purchased over here. So this is Crochet Go-Go, of course. Cute little, whoop, okay, it's free. Winter, little winter house with the cardigans, the cardinals, the cardigan cardinals, the cardinals wearing cardigans. Oh my gosh, okay. Another little freebie by Cherry Hill. Cute little snowman with a big head. All right, a new lady I found, Diana Bloom Designs. Thought this bird would be fun to do. Cute little bird on the branch. And this one is actually, I think one I got off Etsy for like $1. Cloak Soft, I believe, is the name. Look, this is actually bigger than, it's 210 by 210, so it's bigger than you would think. That's actually a good size there. But look how cute. I mean, the branches with the bulbs, with the bird, with the fox. Look how cute this fox is. And the snowman. I don't think I'm gonna do his mouth like that. I'm just gonna do a straight mouth. The lines make me think of Skellington. I have no idea if anybody answers this bonus question. I will send you something. I will find something good to send you. What are these? They're like floating something. There's, I think, 3 of them. I see snowflakes and the moon, but I don't know what those 3 floating things are. I am not sure. If anybody can tell me what that is, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, I don't have a clue. I'll be honest. I don't know. I got nothing. This one fits me perfectly. Sociopath. I got this off Etsy. It was like $1. So, yeah. It's very fitting right now. And I did buy this from Pine Mountain Designs. This is Hilltop Cross Stitch Club, and I don't remember what year it was, but they have each month. I, for some reason, like each month has a different little, anywho, I'm gonna just shut up. Look how cute. I think I'm gonna do the girl's hair blonde and maybe put the glasses on the girl and do the boy's hair a blonde. I might do hers gray. I'm gray. I might do the girl's hair brown and the boy's hair blonde and put the glasses on the girl. Well, look how cute they are. She's like going in for a kiss and he's like, oh, nope, not gonna happen. So dang cute. I wish I was smart enough to design cross stitch patterns. I am not. I am not. Let me grab my iPad for my grandson who's over on the couch. Let me ask if I can borrow my iPad back. And I want to show you the custom that I just ordered today from Wadabiz that I'm really excited about. And there's a poem that goes along with it that is really short that I'll read you a part of it. I'll be right back. Okay. If you have never heard this poem, I don't know that this is the whole thing, but this is called Footprints in the Sand. There's, you get a snapshot of it. I was just going to read it really quick. This is my favorite poem, and I have really felt it this last few weeks. It's Footprints in the Sand. It says, one night I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord. Scenes from my life flashed across the sky. In each, I noticed footprints in the sand. Sometimes there were 2 sets of prints. That was pretty funny. You guys actually thought I was going to get through the poem, didn't you? All right, last time. Footprints in the sand. One night I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord. Scenes from my life flashed across the sky. In each, I noticed footprints in the sand. Sometimes there were 2 sets of footprints. Other times there was only 1. During the lowest times of my life, I could see only 1 set of footprints. So I said, Lord, you promised me that you would walk with me always. Why, when I have needed you most, would you leave me? The Lord replied, my precious child, I love you and would never leave you. The times when you have seen only 1 set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. So, I have a picture of footprints in the sand that I love. I'm trying to think, let me see if I can find the artist of the photo. Oh, yes, Lindsay Kirk, you are very fun. Thank you for messaging me. We've been chatting back and forth this week, so thank you for the message. That's lots of fun. I am trying, let's see, christianphotoshop.com is the site that I got the order. I have Sylvia at Wadabiz making it, and I bought I had to contact the artist and then buy the photo or right to have it reproduced, just one for me, into a stamped cross stitch. And so that was just a text to the artist, and then he sent Sylvia the information she needed, so she could see that she could duplicate it. And so, I mean, it was $5. That was it. And so, footprints in the sand. Let me show you what the actual photo is, and then I will show you what I had her kind of change on it. So this is going to be a stamped cross stitch. I think it's 50 by 50, max colors 150, and I think there's some blends. So this is the photo. Hopefully that shows up okay. So yeah, he's carrying her footprints in the sand. I sure hope you can see that. One thing that I wanted was, I thought it was a lot of brown, and so I had asked if she could maybe add some more brush over here and maybe some more water or blue in the water. I have no idea if that's even going to show you. So she did a mock-up of what she could do. So, and I really love how it turned out, actually. She changed the colors. So the sand is a little bit brighter. There is more water and more blue to the water, and then she added some brush. So it doesn't look like it's so much sand. But that is the image that she's going to make for me. So hopefully in a few weeks I'll have it. I can't wait. I love doing pictures of Christ, and just sometimes you just feel really alone. Anybody who has stayed with me for this, thank you. Please leave me comments. I am sorry, actually, if you are still here with me. This is taking me like 2 hours to tape, and it's about 40 minutes until midnight, until 2026 gets here. Don't forget, put 250 in the comment to win this little hand cream and peppermint chapstick thing. I don't know. I give up. I'm going to bed, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm sorry. If you're still here at the end of this, I am so sorry. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful 2026. Happy stitching. Take care of your mental health. Send me a message if you ever feel lonely. Send me a message. I would love to talk to you. Life can get hard. If you have any leads on a job for this need to stay at home mom, I'm a hard worker. I'm very productive, kind of. I know I am. I'm busy. Anyway, I love you all. Happy 2026. Happy stitching. And I will see you next time.